Hi everybody, it's Christina from Card Making Magic. Today I'm going to be using the complete card and box die set, as well as other dies that are in the Christina collection that's available with CraftStash. So I'm going to use the Quatrefoil Trellis, the layered butterflies and the layered florals. And my colour scheme for today is going to be white, lilac and a very pale lemon. And we're going to make a beautiful card and a box that it will fit into. So let's start by doing all the die cutting first, and we'll take the card making part to the die, and this has 3 cutting sides and 1 that's not. So I need an A4 piece of card folded in half. Now I like to make my cards in tent fold, so I'm going to take the non-cutting edge and place it over the open end and run that through my die cutting machine. Now once that's done, I'll have 2 pieces of card that I now need to join together. So the next layer that I've cut is the stitched edge, and that's going to produce a mat for me that will sit along there. But I want to make 2 smaller mats that will fit in between those layers, and so what I've done is I've taken my coloured card and I have placed it onto my base. And I've left just a small border around 2 sides, just a really small border. And then with a pencil I've made 2 little marks just in from the edge. Now once I've cut that, that will give me a mat that will sit on the front of my card. And I've done exactly the same with a lilac piece, and that will give me another small mat that will sit there. But both of these are slightly bigger than the stitched mat. Now still using the box die set, I've taken the little banner and I have stamped and embossed myself a sentiment that's going to sit on the front of my card. So the next thing I need to do is, with the outer die to the trellis set, I need to cut myself 2 pieces of card. One of them I'm going to die cut this so that it gives me a beautiful pattern in my card. So there's my piece with the pattern in it. On the next one I simply want a pattern embossing into the card. So I'm going to open tab 2 on my Big Shot. I'm going to put one of my plates in the bottom with the tan mat on the top. Then my card, and then my die with the cutting edge facing down into the tan mat. Now if I cover that with another plate and run that through the machine, when it comes out at the other end, I will simply have that pattern embossed into my card. So there's the 2 differences. So for the next part to my card I need to create some frames, and I'm using Spellbinders ovals, the scalloped and the plain ones. So I'm taking the largest die from the scalloped ones, and if you work from die number 1 being the smallest, I'm taking 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So what I'm doing for 1 is I'm placing these 2 together and creating a frame. And that's the frame it will give me. And then if I remove that one and pop that one in, then the frame that will give me is this size, and together these 2 will layer up to make a double frame. And I'm going to emboss these the same way as I did this card, just to put that pattern into the frames. Now with the thicker one I'm going to add some glue, and I'm going to glue it to this piece, and then I shall trim around the outside so that that trellis work just sits inside. Foam pads on the back, and I'm going to add this to the top of this piece. And once I've done that, I'm going to add some foam pads to the back. And then we can pop this on one side, because that's another element created ready to add to the card. So let's have a look at what else we've needed to cut for the flowers. From the florals, I've cut lots of these, and don't forget you're going to decorate the card and the box. And I've taken the second die there to cut the base that goes with the patterned piece there. Then from this little piece, I've cut lots of these, and again I've used the smaller die from the same design to create the bases. Then I've used all the leaf dies, and I've taken this piece at the bottom to create lots of these stems that I can add to my cards. And then from this little die I've cut lots of different yellow and white flowers that I can add as well. I've used 2 of the butterfly dies and the corresponding filigree pieces that go with them. Plus I've also cut the little antenna out that will be added to the butterflies. So those are all the elements now that I need to make my card. So while I assemble this card, I'm going to speed things up just a little bit and play some music. card and its matching box, done in white with lilac and lemon flowers. That would be suitable for any occasion, just change out the sentiment and that is perfect. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, please join me on the next one and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.